And also I've read about this in the company of the elders. I've seen this, and live practice I've seen this, that the Mashayikh Ikram, the pious predecessors, yes, so the sheikhs with regards to their salikin, their murids, on one point they emphasize a lot. So the sheikh, the teacher, emphasizes on one point a lot with regards to the students, the salik, whether it's a sheikh from now or from the previous centuries or 1400 years ago sheikh, but his style and method is the same style and method. In this line, the style, the method does not change. It's the same consistent path. The style and method of this path is not changed. And the first sheikh who came, and the first murids who came, the students, who was the first sheikh? Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And who were the best and first murid students? They were the noble companions radiyallahu anhum. So this is not new method or knowledge. This knowledge came before. And we saw many prophets before. They didn't have sahaba, they didn't have companions. The Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam had so many companions that we know about, because Islah, reformation, rectification had to continue till Qiyamah. And such a great Kamil Shaykh came at that time, that until Qiyamah he was to teach all of the other Kamil Shaykhs to come. So the usuls are the same, the principles are the same, nothing is new. Kamil Shaykh, the complete Shaykh who has a pain, a concern, and they also have the shame, the student has taken my hand, he's become my student. So he has a worry, a concern, I need to do tarbiyah of my student, I need to reform my student, I need to improve my student. Sometimes they're strict, sometimes they scold, sometimes they're soft, and sometimes they take people out of their class. Because there's a burden on the teacher that tomorrow on the Day of Judgment, Allah will ask me, the Shaykh knows this, that the Prophet ﷺ was given this verse where Allah sent the students, the believing women, to the Prophet ﷺ. So Allah will ask that I sent these people to you, O teacher, how can they come? Ilyas Sahab, how did he come to me? Allah sent the murid to me, then he does tarbiyah of the student. So the mashayikh, the style of the tarbiyah, reformation of the student, they don't give in the masjid. Never in the masjid. Because in the masjid, the work of tarbiyah doesn't take place. What's the difference between masjid and khanqah? Let me explain to you. Where the Shaykh Kamil will go, whether he goes to any place in the world, it will become a khanqah eventually, that place. It doesn't matter even if 10,000 masjids are in that area. If the Shaykh Kamil goes there, then the khanqah has to be made in that vicinity. Separate from the masjid. Who knew me here in this town today? Tell me that anyone... Look at the masjids all around. It takes time to make a masjid. They take labor, materials, collect money, chanda, charity, copies, receipts. Then people who are in the committee. But the Khanqah Kamal, Hazrat Sahib gave ijaza, you have to host dhikr, Allahu Akbar. He gave the order. A few days I sat in a room, I swear by Allah, Ajib, I'm thinking now what has happened since then. Without any reason, without any foundation, without any trying. A man came, said that this house is empty. Are you doing dhikr? I said, no, that is the khanqah that is going to be made here. No ijaza, no masjid ijaza, no permission, nothing. I don't know, 8-10 years, morning and evening we did dhikr, great gatherings, great ijtimas we had there. And we had in Ramadan, subhanallah, what do we call it? Ihtikaf we had in the khanqah. These people, they used to come there. They used to travel from here, from Bolton to the khanqah. No precondition, no pre-permission, no one complained. And there was no long planning or vision before we made the khanqah. Can anyone think like this? Why? Because the friend of Allah said the khanqah has to be made there. I've sent my man there, my deputy. Why? Because you can't do that work of the khanqah in the masjid. You have to do it in the khanqah. What's the difference? Look, you learn dhikr from me. You will get in this masjid, you'll go to another masjid and you'll learn dhikr, fine. You'll take the ijaz from me. As a sahab want to learn dhikr, I'll say, okay, fine. I'll see that person to the side, I'll give the teaching of dhikr. So is that enough that I've taught you dhikr? No, it's not enough. The friend of Allah, you don't go to the wali Allah to learn dhikr. Nor does dhikr give you success. Or nor does dhikr take you to Allah's nearness. No, this is not the objective. So, is that enough? Go to the masjid, go to the wali Allah, learn dhikr, I'm a dhakir, I'm a sufi, I'm starting to progress. No, this is not the case. The salik, the traveler to Allah, he needs tarbiyah from the Shaykh. Tarbiyah, improvement. A man is an animal without tarbiyah. He is an animal. The Quran has said this, that he is worse than the animal if he is not getting tarbiyah from a Shaykh. He's an animal. Nabi al-Kareem sallallahu alayhi wasallam, what great Sahaba they became. But what were they before? They had all tarbiyah from the Sohbat Sharifa of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Do you understand my point, what I'm saying? So tarbiyah, for tarbiyah, you must have the Khanqah, the headquarters of the Shaykh. That's why Khanqah is made. Come there students, and the adab there are unique, different from the masjid. The work of the Khanqah is unique. There you're told how you should live, what you need to do, even the adab, the manners of what to eat, what to drink. Without tarbiyah, people don't know how to cook food. They fill their stomachs to the fill, and others are hungry. Oh, I forgot to give him food. The visitor. Because there's no tarbiyah. No, you do dhikr, but there's no tarbiyah. In the Khanqah, you learn tarbiyah, how to serve those who are the guests of Allah. So the Khanqah, that's why it's unique from the masjid, because tarbiyah, reformation, becoming a good human being is taught by the Shaykh to the Salik. If the Salik, the student, doesn't spend time in the Khanqah, he can never be purified, he can never be clean. Remember this, dhikr doesn't do this. That, for example, you see in the morning, one murid who spends time in the Khanqah, one murid who is on the other side. He does a lot of dhikr, but there's a difference, massive difference. The adab, the ihtaram, the manners, his words, his knowledge, his practice. You cannot imagine the level of that person who spent time in the Khanqah. He will give tarbiyah with strictness or softness. What will he do? I'tiqad, in belief, rabta, connection with the Shaykh. Why? There's a reason for this. There's a reason. That if a student is weak in rabta Shaykh, connection with the teacher, belief in the teacher, then the fares from the teacher to the student is weak. The more a student has a strong connection with his teacher, then fuyuz, blessings, barakat will strengthen and more come to the student. This is the asul of the path of tasawwuf. And there's such a delicate point, the murideen, to explain to them, to make them understand that shaitan is very forceful in this, and he grabs the murids, the students, and he takes them out of the class. In their minds, he whispers, "Yeah, Shaykh, he is making you trapped. He's trapping you. He's tricking you. Come after me, believe in me, love me, and be my student, and follow me." This is a very delicate path, delicate connection, but the whole of success is based on this. In this path, only that person doesn't come off track, only that person doesn't get diverted, only that murid doesn't come off the path, he doesn't fall in the trap of shaitan, who has true, honest i'tiqad, because he wants to get Allah's nearness. Only that student will succeed. Never will the waswas of shaitan succeed with him. But those who are kache, we say, "Look at Pir Sahab, he's tricking me as a Sahab. He said to me, do this. He's saying, run after me, or believe in me. Don't do this, don't say this, don't go to any other majlis, don't go to another teacher, don't go to other gatherings." People complain, your murids, they don't come to our majalis, they don't come to our gatherings. You think you're the best, you think you're the best Shaykh, and that only they should listen to you. And your murids say that we follow tasawwuf, and that we only go to our Shaykh's gathering, we don't go to anyone else. They don't listen to anyone else. Most yaqeenan, a Shaykh does tell his murids from other majalis. Yes, what's the reason for this? The Shaykh knows that I have to do his tarbiyat, and every majlis is not good for him, it doesn't suit him, my student. The Shaykh accepts this. And even on this point, very delicate point for us to understand, that the asal and the naqal, the true and the false murids, this runs in their veins. The Sadiq student said, totally my Shaykh is Sadiq, he's honest, he's right, I won't go anywhere else, he's telling me this. But the student who's not Sadiq, he can come after, why is my Shaykh saying don't go to another gathering? They also say Allah's name. Why don't I go to these bayans? Why don't I go to this dhikr? They're also saying Quran and Hadith. Look, my Shaykh's telling me don't go there. Haven't you seen the difference here? I'tiqad. But the true murid, honest murid, which murid? Who wants Allah's nearness, who wants that direct, he knows Allah's given me this path, He's opened up the path for me, that go to the Shaykh, learn your sabaks, and attain Allah's nearness. This is the difference. So then what happens? Upon this, shaitan attacks the weak student, but the strong student, shaitan does not. But many students who come, they learn, then they leave just as quick as they came. Well, his love for his Shaykh is strong as well. Remember this. And if the student's love is strong, then his itaat, his obedience is strong as well. Subhanallah. Subhanallah. If he doesn't have i'tiqad for his Shaykh, trust and belief in his Shaykh. Understand what I'm saying? Connection, belief in the Shaykh, you have it, then you'll have love in the Shaykh. When you have love for Shaykh, you'll have itaat, obedience. When you'll have obedience, then you'll get the highest level of adab. Highest level of adab. Manners. And So if we are like this, what's the sabak for you people today? If we are lacking in these things, these factors, what are we lacking? Point number 1. If we don't have i'tiqad in a shaykh, belief in a shaykh, then obviously we won't get love in the shaykh. If you don't have love, then you won't have adab, then you won't have obedience. What's the reason for all of this? Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't understand what I'm saying? What's the reason for this? The reason is that we are not honest in getting close to Allah. We don't want to get to Allah's nearness. We are weak in our intention to have Allah's love. In reality, we don't want to travel on the path. We are not sadiq and honest and sidq. The purpose of our life is not honestly to get to Allah's nearness. Otherwise it's impossible. If Allah gives you a shaykh and you don't have i'tiqad